Hello and welcome back to Dead Cells. This is Strawman Gaming, I'm your Strawman. There was no video yesterday, but I did warn you the day before, because it was an hour long and consumed a lot of my mental energy. There might not be. But look, we've got that thing, and this thing, got a big one in a jar. You know, we're getting there. So we're just gonna try our best, you know. Give it the old college try. I don't have any particular ambition. Obviously we want to beat that boss and see what's after it. I think it's something called the Frozen Fjord or Misty Fjord. Something Nordic anyway. Oh, missed some guys. Go away, Mr. Crosshair, thank you. Hope they fix that in upcoming updates. Or it might just be a problem that I'm having and nobody else is. But we know. They are constantly improving, so I assume they will fix it. But, you know, unless you're playing with keyboard and mouse, which would be very strange. And they recommend when you move the keyboard, when you're Ooh, it sets me on fire. I didn't even bother to read it. That's exciting. When you're playing the game... Oh, yeah, I've got the mummy rub now. We should definitely do the mummy rub path. Let's get in there with the sword. Yes, so when you move the mouse or touch the keyboard, it flashes up like it's strongly recommended that you play this game with a controller. And I can absolutely see why. I think it's going to be very weird to play with the keyboard and mouse. Certainly with a mouse, certainly with a keyboard it'd be very strange. Because again, you've got really quite fine air control. So you've just got 4 directions for movement, you know, with a W, A, S, and D. It could be a bit, could lack finesse, I guess. It was actually pretty good. That looks really... Yeah, anyway. So let's... I mean, we've done the mummy rub before, because as soon as we got it, we performed the mummy rub. And swoop. Oh, cool. It's just a throwing knife. Causes bleed. Can't crit. I think I stay with the infantry bow. But we haven't used throwing knives yet, but the damage sucks, man. Infantry bow. Oh no. That's definitely not what I want to do. Okay. So I can't remember... Oh, I should have recycled it. I'm going to recycle it. I want the gold. I can't remember what the mummy rub path takes us to. It used to get... I was so used to ignoring the mummies that I didn't even bother thinking to go along here. Did I get recycling? Yes. Lovely. If it takes us to the Ossuary, then it's going to be a short video, because that is the hardest area, I believe, that's in the game so far. Well, it was, you know, I haven't played this since a lot of changes took place. That bow's doing work, man. Absolutely fitted. So it only scales with the highest one. And I've got a horizontal turret, so let's go tactics. Focus more on the bow. Maybe we can get a tactics-based weapon. Yeah. Yeah, and the bow does more damage at close range than the sword does anyway, so I think this is a fine decision. I love seeing crits, I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how rare they are in D&D. It's kind of, ooh, another one. Yeah, catch fire. Nerd. Tactics again. I'm enjoying the bow. I'm enjoying my items I haven't used. Take 2.5 times more damage, no thank you. Is this worth it? It's only slightly better. No, we'll save the money for the next shop on the next floor. Because you know, most of our damage is coming from the bow. Anyway, especially when you set people on fire. And the background detail is so nice, and the directional lighting as well. Really does highlight details like that guy. It's really cool. It is a beautiful game. Yeah, so now I have 2 turrets. This is shaping up like that one we had. Is it not a moment of a path? I guess not. For now, the condemned it is. So make sure to use our turrets to deal with teleporty, slicey assassin dudes. So this hurts us if we use it for too long, I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll go with that. Hello, mister. Give us the cooldown. Thank you. Did we not take any damage? I think we're getting better. Like I say, I only play 1 or 2 runs of this a day, so day to day there can be quite large fluctuations. And some days I'm just terrible, where some days I'm, well, less terrible. I was gonna say good, but I don't want to lie to you guys. Yep. 2 minutes ago. That's fine. I should just learn that. Wait, is that woman? I still don't know what she does. Maybe I can teleport down to her now? Maybe she's a mummy rogue. I suspect she's a, one of these that I've never unlocked. Some health, lovely kebab. There used to be enemies? What? Are enemies just not gonna spawn? Oh, there's one. That's significantly more damage. Oh, it does bleed damage, I love it. Oh, you can teleport up here. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, so you got... Okay. So we still have a few issues. But less than we did before. And we've got a kebab that we probably should have used instead of that health potion, but... I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. That works really well. And it's really loud. As I mentioned previously, I don't have a volume control on these headphones, so everything is just how it comes in. Another kebab, I'll take that. Because I feel I need to take a few, purely because, you know, we can't kill the boss with just arrows, because he just holds on to them. But then again, we'll just kill him with turrets, we don't have to worry about attacking him. Yeah. Have enough points in enough points in tactics, you don't need weapons. And with this like 50% cooldown reduction as well, which is ridiculous. You can do pretty well. And if I'm just pressing left trigger and right trigger and then just avoiding attacks, I feel like that's something I should be able to do. Uh-oh. Ow. Track that all the way in as well. So 3 and 3. So burning target, they burn when they die. So stacking bleed's good. Can I afford both? That's 6. So I'd need 6, 9. Oh, I'm so close. Maybe I can... Yeah. Got both. So maybe... I'm thinking like maybe I can get a like a frost blast and that'll help me stun the boss. And like I don't want that. I don't want something to distract me more. I just want damage and evasion. Evasion? Sounds Dutch. Evasion. Yeah. Yeah. Whoop. Yeah. Whoops. A lot of shops. I don't want any of this stuff anyway, so that's cool. I went to this special shop. And you were there, actually. No gold, no goodies. Okay, I'm poor. You caught me. Guilty as charged. I watched a video yesterday, well today, at some point recently, about the level design in Spelunky. If you haven't played Spelunky, it's a procedurally generated roguelite. That gets a lot of praise for its level design because they always work. They always feel like authored levels. Like they never like. Sometimes you get a procedurally generated level and you're like, okay, it feels a bit ropey. It's a bit dodgy. But the way Spelunky works, that never happens. They've managed to, the guys, made by one guy, managed to work it in such a way that it always feels like an authored level. And the way he did that was basically the map is a grid. In Spelunky it's 4x4, but I wonder in this if like this is a chunk or this is a chunk, or maybe it's like vertical like in Minecraft. And within that, there's probably chunks that are authored, like this little section here. Maybe authored, but there's a lot of those, and within that there'll be slight randomization. But no, I just think it's interesting to try and think about how people make these games work. Like, procedural generation is crazy to me. And there's a few different kinds, like there's... You all remember No Man's Sky? A game that got a lot of hate, which kind of deserved, but I don't blame the studio, I blame... the what are they called? Publishers, Sony, because they took what was a small indie game with a ridiculous scope for an indie game and turned it into a $60 supposedly AAA atrocity. But yeah, that is procedural generation, and what that means is that the world isn't infinite. It's got like 19 quintillion planets or something, but you know, anyone can go to any one of those planets and it will always it'll always be the same. And that's because those planets, like almost all of them, like less than 1% of them, way less than 1% of them will ever have been actually seen or visited or rendered, but they have an algorithm in place that when you go to that, it says, okay, if I was on this planet, what should this look like? Which I guess is what this does, because it's got, I think it's got seeds. And it basically, each seed is like its own planet, I guess, and everyone's will always look the same. But it's fascinating. There's the video I watched was by Mark Brown about Spelunky, and again, ow, well worth a look. But there's other videos on procedural generation by a YouTuber called Happy Cat. She, I believe, works in game design or computing in some level, but she might just be an enthusiast. I don't know. But she makes really good videos on how various things in games are achieved, like AI and pathfinding. So yeah, check her out. She does some good stuff. And she's got a kind of it's quite a cute hand-animated style for videos. I think it's done on computer, I can't remember. In my head it looks like marker, but I think it is computer animated. And it's good. It's very approachable. It takes really quite complicated and difficult design issues and makes them, well, feel approachable. I don't know if I could watch that video and then go out and do it, but you can get like a few of the central ideas behind what goes into doing that. Don't be a trap, don't be a trap, don't be a trap. You're not a trap. But you are a bear trap, so you only half listened. Double damage, double received damage. No thank you, sir. Because we have stacked skill, so we have diminished the amount of health we can possibly have. So we are squishy than ever. Is there a teleporter back up? Because this feels like a waste of my time. What's that? Oh, there was a teleporter. My apologies. It's now a waste of both of our times. So yeah, I find learning how people did stuff that was hard fascinating. Like, I've been watching, oh my word, I can't remember his name. There's a guy on YouTube, someone, the engineer guy, and he makes really good educational videos about, you know, things that you think are extremely dull. He manages to make them quite interesting. And again, I don't think they're very dull, because I think it's quite a false idea that certain topics are boring. I know that's because you'd be like, well, what about paint drying? I'm like, yeah, there's something to do on the weekend, that's pretty boring. But, you know, there's interest to be had there in, you know, what does a paint form? What is it doing when it's drying? Is it forming, like, a polymer layer? And, like, molecules are forming together to give it, like, tensile strength. So, you know, when you see water falling down, you know, it's not meant to happen. But if someone has a leak in the flat above and you see the paint bulging, if it was just like stuck on pigment, that couldn't happen, so it has to cure in some way. And oh, sausages. Come down here. To give it tensile strength. So that, you know, there's paint drying is, you know, I guess fundamentally boring, but also someone had to solve that problem. You know, that's someone's life work to make paint not suck, you know. We started just by smearing coloured stuff on walls. And then, you know, now we have like billion-dollar industries around paint. So, you know, interesting stuff must be happening, or interesting problems need to be solved is probably a better way to look at that. XKCD talked about this ages ago. Like, oh, I'm kind of interested in everything. Like, okay, well, write me a summary of all CPU instruction manuals from like 1998 to 2008 and outline the key differences. I'm like, okay, that's very boring. But contained within that will be issues of how have CPUs changed. You left your man all vulnerable. How have CPUs changed? How's architecture changed? How has that affected the way that we use computers or what computers can do? My computer's got 8 cores and 16 threads. The last computer I built was an Intel Core 2 Duo, and that was, you know, that was pretty, like, I was impressed. So, like, 2 whole cores. You know, my graphics card's got like 5,000, almost 6,000, what are they called? On an NVIDIA card they'd be called CUDA cores. Are they OpenCL cores? I don't know what they are. But it's got like almost 6,000 things that do thinking. And that's interesting. The path of progress is necessarily fascinating. You know, the minutiae is boring, but the march from, you know, ignorance to, I was gonna say from ignorance to stupidity, but like the progress of humanity along like Godwin's law, you know, the processing power doubled every X number of years. I think 3. Maybe more, might be less than 3. I don't know. But the point is, you know, while the exact, you know, details of the CPU manager, well, I'm losing my train of thought. CPU manual might be very boring. You know, what has prompted the words in any specific manual is interesting. And, you know, they're 2 fairly extreme examples. You know, paint drying and CPU literature. But there's interesting stuff that informs that. So, you know, I think that's something we lose in life, is the desire to look for what's interesting. Don't know what's... Ooh, this is where the ossuary is. However, 21 minutes. And I've given you a diatribe about how everything's interesting. So, let's go and kill myself in the ossuary. Ossuary. An area I have never been to, even on my previous playthroughs. Could I have lightning bolt? Oops. Give me that. There I get a rusty sword. So now nothing scales with red. Okay, so I get a little on-screen... Oh. Little on-screen kind of indicator that I'm gonna do myself some harm. Don't know why I unlocked them, because I think they're pretty trash. But... Oh, I should have unlocked this. But I think that's trash as well. Yeah, I don't want that. Like, what was I gonna say? A lot of people will play roguelite. Roguelikes? Games like this, and only unlock the good items. And, you know, there's a case for that, don't get me wrong. Yeah, double ammunition. But you can't complete the game if you do that. You can't unlock everything. So I find it completely unacceptable and intolerable to do it that way. Yeah, unlock the bad things last, sure, or don't prioritize them at very least. Let's just ignore them entirely. Ah, I've seen people play this area. I am not a fan. But you people at home, you deserve to see it. There's a long wind up on these things. They have effect damage. Okay, I've lost half my health having fought 2 enemies. That knight looks horrifying. That's what it is. I bet that cleave can hit me. Why does that one bounce more? Okay. Chicken? Likes drop chicken. Okay, they're an annoying enemy. Oh, I haven't got a sword, I've got lightning. Okay, don't have to remember that. Shouldn't be too hard, I'm not an idiot. I'm not a complete idiot, but... Okay, making a lot of progress in this direction. I have no need for either. This one gives me more health, so I guess this one? Cool. This is a long way. Gotta do it. More damage. This feels like it has to be progress, because this is like too annoying to be... Ow! Okay, you suck, mister. So this thing over there is a goose spawner? Whoa. Did I spawn hedgehog? My lightning penetrate shield? Why useless lightning power? I did warn you I was going to die in the Ossuary, didn't I? I can scum my way through anything. There's no heals left. I'm sure this is fine. Noise is horrifying. I'm sure on the final edit it'll kind of get muddied up a bit and won't matter. But right now. Why learn to fight enemies when you can... Okay then. Yep. This is much better than actual gameplay. Ceiling turret. Looks like a tree. I assume it's like a trap that hangs from the ceiling, like the old enemies in Half-Life 2. Okay, let's get this behind you. Yes. Call me Sheev. Hi lads. Just leave them to get on with it. It's so scummy, but why not do that? Ow, ow. Okay. It does come with a little whisk, but that was, again, that was only because I'm an idiot. I could have done that without getting hurt. Is this just a dead end? That surprises me. That cast time is a lot. So... looks like we can get up. Huh? Ah, okay. So what happens is I shove my hand in his mouth, it bites down on me, and I have to kill 10 enemies without getting hit. It doesn't matter. You take plus 20% damage. Oh, piercing's so good though. I've got to take it. And this is where my scum tactics are going to reach, like, peak levels. 23,000 gold for 10 dead cells. I don't think so. Why just call them cells? You know, like the old joke, like, people in Brazil just call them nuts. Okay. Not my best move. So first of all, this guy needs to go. I did panic a little bit. I'm not gonna say I didn't. 3 more enemies and our curse is lifted. It's any damage, so if I touch spikes or anything as well, I'm just completely boned. This corridor is too. It feels like a boss or something, so I'm going to come back to that. Because I feel like this would be, 30 odd minutes. Be an acceptable place to end the episode. Yeah, do it. Two. What the heck is that? Oh, there we go. Well, that was the Ossuary. We saw some new stuff, we saw how scummy you can be with skills, so, progress has been made, some stuff got unlocked. I'm not too salty about it. As we shamble back into our corpse. Anyway, I'm getting the episode there. If you liked the episode, hit that like button, leave a comment down below saying you liked about it. If you didn't like the episode, hit that dislike button, leave a comment down below saying you didn't like about it. I make new content every single day. So if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. This has been Strawman Gaming. I'm your Strawman, and I will see you tomorrow. And watch, I have to press Control Shift to end the recording, so it always makes him roll.